Okay, I've got a drill that's kind of a 2-for-1 deal with our guys, and what we do is we give our players an option on this drill. One drill is the toe tap drill, and the other drill is a high leg kick. And we feel like as a hitter, you have to kind of own your own swing. And when we're taking our BP session, in one of our rotations every day, we always like to give kind of a hitter's choice period where each hitter's a little bit different, and this drill helps this guy, and maybe this drill helps him more, so we kind of give them an option. But the toe tap drill and the high leg kick drill are really a drill that is, or both of those are focused on getting yourself loaded up to hit. One of the things that I see, even really with high school guys, but especially youth league players, is they're in their stance, and their weight is pretty much evenly distributed in their stance, which is great, but they just go from here and they just go forward to the ball, and there's just no pop behind the ball. So what we want to do, I mean, whether we're 6 years old or whether we're a high school or college guy, we want to hit the ball hard. So this is a drill about teaching us how to get loaded up and how to create some energy and how to hit the ball a little bit harder. And we started this with our really young guys, and we started it as a drill, and it helped them so much that a lot of them kind of went to this all the time. Both my kids actually toe tap, and they've been doing it for so long, I don't even know if they could swing without doing it. So it helps them to feel their weight getting back. So we'll do the toe tap first. I left the noodle up just because the noodle, to me, is not necessarily a drill. It's really how we hit. So we're always working on that hands coming from the inside. So here's what the toe tap drill is going to look like. Let me talk for 1 second about the tee. I love the tee, but the tee will mess a lot of guys up. And one of the reasons why is a lot of guys hit off the tee and they end up starting to turn this way, and that's not a realistic swing. And when you spin closed, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to spin back open, and you're going to be real rotational, which is what we absolutely don't want. So if you see that with a hitter, you got to make sure that when we load or whatever move we have, our load is not a turn, it's a load that takes us back, and our shoulders are staying square to the ball and square to home plate. So the toe tap, I'm going to get my regular stance, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tap back. Now when I tap back, you'll notice my knee is inside of my back foot. I don't want my knee to get way on the outside of my back foot. If it does a little bit for the first part of learning this drill, that's fine. But what I'm trying to do, the purpose is I'm trying to get my weight to my back hip. We call it engaging the back hip. So when I tap back, my weight's going to go from my center to my back hip. Now you'll notice your body should sink just a little bit. You're kind of sinking down into your legs. But here's my move back, and then I'm going to step and make that swing. Now what I like about the toe tap, because I think it's so simple, it's easy as far as timing. I don't think you can do it too early when you're learning to toe tap. So I tell our guys, look, all right, I'm throwing a BP, and I'll say back, and they tap back, and they can sit here and hold, and then when I go, they go. So the tap can be really early. So in full speed, it would just look like, here's my rhythm, back, and then step and go to my full swing. All right, the second drill, which does the same thing, is a high leg kick drill. I like this drill. I don't really teach any of our hitters to high leg kick in the game. I think it's one of the tougher ways to hit. I know a lot of big league guys do it, but they're big league guys, and I think it actually has the highest level of difficulty when it comes to timing. So the high leg kick, A-Rod's done it. I remember Juan Gonzalez, Bobby Bonilla was one of the first guys I remember watching do this. They probably did it for a really long time. But the front knee basically comes up and back. And what I'm doing is I'm getting that feel of here, right? One of my good buddies is a hitting instructor in the minor leagues, and he tells me a couple of drills every year, and he uses the term a lot of times. He said, listen, this is a feel-good drill. It's about feeling good with your swing. So I give props to Dan DeMant because he kind of taught me that terminology. But the high leg kick to me is a feel-good drill. It helps me to feel athleticism and rhythm. One thing I want to mention as far as coaches and when you're dealing with young hitters, a lot of times hitters who are really, really good athletes, as soon as they step in that batter's box, they turn into just stiff, unathletic robots, and sometimes that's our fault. So let your kid, talk to them about being loose and a nice loose grip and having a little bit of rhythm to their body. We don't want to get locked up and still. We want to have a little bit. Small moves and slow moves are good. Big moves and fast, late, quick moves are disasters, but we want to have rhythm. So remember, first drill is just toe tap and go, and you can change it up. You can even call it out and say back, step, swing, and that's a really good drill that you can incorporate with that. And then of course the high leg kick is up and back, but the purpose of both of those is to engage the back hip, because when we talked about closed front foot, heel over the toe, we're trying to get that back foot to actually gain some ground forward when we make that swing. The only way we can do that is we've got to get on the backside to be able to drive off the backside. So that's the purpose of those two drills.